Good evening, everyone. Hello, my name is Meg Wheeler. I am a candidate for the Massachusetts State Senate in the Plymouth and Norfolk District. And I'm here tonight for our nightly COVID-19 update. I hope everyone is having a safe and healthy and hopefully happy Saturday. It is, in fact, Saturday if you have lost track of the days. I've got a pretty short update for you tonight because, of course, it is Saturday. So not a lot actually happened today. In terms of action, either at the state or the federal level. For a quick update of where we are actually at, unfortunately, 9 additional deaths today. That brings our statewide total to 44. We are now at a total of 4,257 cases in Massachusetts. I believe that puts us number 6 in total cases in the United States, but I haven't checked that as of today. That was the case yesterday. So that is an additional just over 1,000 cases today that have tested positive. In terms of testing, we are now well over the governor's daily goal of 3,500 tests. So our statewide total is up to 35,049 tests. That's 5,678 over yesterday. At this point in time, the United States now has more than 111,000 positive cases of COVID-19 with just under 1,900 deaths. We are the first country to exceed 100,000, and we are the country with the largest number of cases at this point. So from the state level, we are still under a stay-at-home advisory. This was issued by Governor Baker earlier this week. This advises all Massachusetts residents to stay at home and only go out if it's absolutely necessary. This closed all non-essential businesses. There's also a travel advisory asking those who come to Massachusetts to self-quarantine for 14 days. I've said this before and I'll continue to say it again. These are both advisories. They are not orders, and therefore they are not enforceable. I understand the inconvenience and economic impact of doing so, but I am continuing to call on the governor to issue a stay-at-home order. I firmly believe that if we do not severely slow the spread of this virus, that we will be in for even greater medical and financial negative consequences, and that this will last longer. So I'm renewing my request and that the governor turn this advisory into an actual order so that we can enforce this and so that we can ensure that we are stopping the spread of this in Massachusetts. One additional thing, I mentioned this yesterday, but in case you didn't watch yesterday, the state has partnered with a site called buoy.com, buoy.com. They are providing free medical advice to Massachusetts residents. I've gone on there. It's very straightforward. So if you are not feeling well, you have questions about whether or not you perhaps may have COVID-19, this is a great resource for you. Again, it's buoy.com. It's just a few straightforward questions, and they will give you some guidance as to what the next step should be. On the federal level, the $2 trillion federal stimulus bill was passed yesterday by the Senate and the House and signed by the president. I went through all of the details on this on yesterday's update. You can also find details about this bill on our website at megwheeler.com/COVID. So I'm not going to go through all the details today. We'll have, I'm sure, more updates next week as we learn more about the specifics of how this bill will roll out. But it does include unemployment benefits. It includes expanded unemployment benefits. It includes grants and loans for small businesses. It includes direct payments to many Americans. It includes extensions and deferrals of student loan payments. It includes some protections for renters. And it also does include financial support for big businesses. I will, again, renew my objection to our federal government spending significant amounts of money to bail out big businesses. I think there continues to be this sentiment in Washington that if big businesses have not prepared for situations like this, that we will hand them blank checks. But if regular people lose their jobs or something like this happens and they need a little bit of help, then it's a handout or it's welfare or, they should have worked harder. And I think we really, candidly, should be taking care of our people first and not our businesses. So while I understand the need to want to inject some funds into some of our big industries like the airline industry so that our economy does not crash, I implore our representatives in Congress to continue to focus on the needs of the people. I do not believe that this stimulus bill goes far enough. I do not believe that it's helping enough people, especially for those of us here in Massachusetts where the cost of living is incredibly high. The stimulus bill caps out at $75,000, or I should actually say completely caps out at $99,000 per person, essentially, of income. And for people in Massachusetts, that's just not realistic. It also does not cover people who have student loans that are no longer federal student loans. So anyone who perhaps consolidated or took out loans through private lenders. So there are a lot of people left behind in this bill, and there are a lot of people for whom this bill will only help a little bit, but it does not alleviate the full financial burden that they are going to face as a result of what's going on right now. So I'm hoping, and I've heard rumblings, but I'm hoping that there will be more support for people. I know from the small business community, a lot of people have reached out to me and said, the SBA has run out of funds for this. It's not letting us put an application in. So I know that there are a lot of frustrations there, and I'm hoping that more is coming in the way for small businesses. I know that a lot of our, or a few of our representatives here in Massachusetts at the state level are working to put into place support for both small business owners as well as renters. And workers as well. We were on a great call this afternoon with several representatives talking about the bills that they've put forward. So we will have more information on all of that, including the bills that we support, on our website at megwheeler.com/COVID. We're updating all of that right now throughout the weekend, so you can find more details there. I also do just one more federal update. Wanted to let you know that President Trump has approved the disaster declaration for Massachusetts. This is something Governor Baker requested yesterday. This includes and allows us to get federal assistance for the state. So this will include money for state and local recovery efforts, counseling for individuals, as well as emergency protective measures. So this is a very important thing that's happened. It's going to be very good for us. My understanding is that this federal funding will cover up to 75% of the costs that we spend on those areas. So this is a very important step for all of us. To wrap it up, I just want to mention a few actions that you can take. A lot of people have reached out asking how they can help. There's plenty of ways that you can. Again, we will have more information on this on our website, megwheeler.com/COVID. But just two ways I wanted to point out at this point. The first is to please stay home. I've been driving around town and I've seen a lot of people who are out. I understand the need to be out. I understand why you want to be out. I get it that you're going stir crazy. But I've seen a lot of people around town who are hearing this 6-foot rule and thinking that that protects you. And from everything I've read and I understand from all of the medical experts, this does not protect you. The 6-foot rule is intended if you have to go out. It's a guideline if you have to go out to leave at least 6 feet between you and other people. But this does not mean that if you go out and you sit somewhere with your friends and there's only 6 feet between you, that you're going to be okay. This is absolutely not advisable. And I truly believe that this activity needs to stop in order for us to stop the spread. So please stay home. I get that you want to go out. I get that you want to see your friends. I think what we're going through is unprecedented and it's really tough. But I think about how much worse it could be. And I know that if all of us can make some sacrifices now, then we can truly protect our frontline workers, like our doctors, like our nurses, all of our medical professionals, all of the people who are essential workers in the grocery stores, in the gas stations, out there working on the front line, battling this for us. It is our duty. It is our duty to stay home and protect them. They are out there fighting for us. We need to fight for them. So I am asking you, I'm imploring you to please stay home. Lastly, the governor said this today in his press conference, and I want to reiterate it because I think it's a great point. If you are able to, please consider donating blood. So the American Red Cross is a great place to do this. On their website, redcross.org, they have set up a tool where you can actually make an appointment to go in and donate blood. They have protocols in place to ensure that this is done safely and healthy, that you will this will be protected for you, but it is important that you make an appointment. That's part of that process. I did go on and check. There are places where you can do this within the next few days. They have said that if you go on and there are no appointments for 7 to 10 days, please still make an appointment for a week from now, 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now, because they will still need blood. This is one of their biggest needs right now, in addition to the masks, in addition to the ventilators. This is one of their biggest needs. And so we need people to be signing up to donate blood if you are healthy. And please consider doing that in the future if there are no appointments available right now. So again, you can do that by going to redcross.org. So I'm going to wrap it up tonight. If there are no questions, I'm going to wrap it up by just once again extending my extreme thanks and gratitude to everyone on the front line fighting this for us. All of the doctors and nurses and medical staff, everyone who is out there, our essential workers in our grocery stores and in our restaurants and in our public safety, our police officers, our firefighters, everyone who is working in the schools to ensure that our kids are being educated right now, everyone who is working to keep our essential services up and running so that the people that need to be out there can continue to be out there fighting this battle. I know that we will get through this together, but I will continue to ask you, for their sake and for your own sake, please stay home. Do not go out unless you absolutely have to. If you have any questions at all, or there's any way that myself or my campaign team can help you, please reach out to us. You can reach us at hello@megwheeler.com, by going to our website, megwheeler.com/COVID, or by calling us at 781-724-3461. So thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this was helpful. I will be back here again tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. I will be here every single night for as long as I can until this is over at 7:30 p.m. Thanks and have a great evening.